my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blush Lily here. Welcome to this reading where we're going to be channeling anything and everything you need to know about your future spouse. Okay, it could be how and when you will meet. It could be about the relationship dynamic. It could be about, whether you guys are going to have kids. It could be about the physical appearance. I'm going to do it as a free flow future spouse reading. Okay, so whatever comes through, comes through. So make sure you stick until the end of your option so you don't miss out on any important information. And before we begin, I do want to talk to you a little bit about the giveaway that I'm doing. Okay, so if you guys want to enter into a little draw that I'm doing in order to win a free future spouse reading, all you gotta do is be an existing subscriber or a new subscriber. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment underneath. That is it. How I'm going to be choosing the winners, when it's going to be, you will find all of that information underneath this video. Alright guys, so let's jump straight into it. I've got 3 options for you today. Option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. Ooh. See which one you're most drawn to, guys. Don't let your overthinking do the overthinking. And let's go ahead and begin. My lovely option number 1, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy as I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head, helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. I was talking about the giveaway in the intro in case you skipped it. So if you guys are interested to get a chance to win a free future spouse reading and additional discounts on my readings, read the information below this video. All right, let's go ahead and take a look what comes through when it comes to you and your future spouse. They're telling me that this is going to be the most emotionally secure and comfortable relationship that you ever get to experience. They're telling me that the emotional connection is going to be on a level that is hard to believe, This is almost where, like, you finish each other's sentences and you can feel each other at a distance, When one of you is mad or upset or, scared, the other one will feel it. So I'm getting, maybe they're telling me like maybe empaths, but empaths not for everybody. Does that make sense? I know it sounds a little bit weird, but it's like you become empaths for each other. But it's not necessarily that you're going to be an empath for everybody else. Although for some of you, this could be the case. And what they're telling me is that your connection is going to be very, very beautiful. Because they're showing me different scenery. They're showing me beautiful backgrounds. They're showing me, how it's almost like a photo collage that I'm seeing. That here you are in France, here you are in Venice, here you are, somewhere else. So the two of you, you will get to travel a lot. You will get to experience a lot of things. And there's a lot of romance. So I think that both of you, you guys could find the very romantic aspects of your personalities come through in this particular connection. Because there's loads of memories that they're showing me. Loads of memories being made. Dancing under the stars, kissing in the rain. It's almost like I want to say, it feels like a Hollywood movie a little bit, But this is sweet. This is not cheesy. And what they're telling me when it comes to you and your future spouse, your love languages are very similar. And that's very good. That's very, very good. So there's not a lot of teaching one another how you want to be loved. And emotionally, especially my ladies over here, you get to channel that feminine energy. You feel safe. That feminine energy usually comes out when we feel safe, with a certain person in a certain environment, right? When we kind of let our guard down. When we are not worried about our safety, our security, right? And this is what they're telling me, that with this person, your physical, emotional, kind of, I want to say, for some of you, even financial security makes you open up in a way you never experienced before. And I even going to say that, if you are one of the creative types, this allows you to create something very meaningful to you and something that could bring you success. Something that could bring you a lot of success. And they're telling me also a lot of charm. Charm, charisma. I don't know why I'm getting option number one, that, there's either a lot of potential for you to be somebody who's creative, or you guys are already creative, very artistic, and you're meeting somebody with the same vibe or who can match it, right? And I don't know, for some of you, I'm hearing photographers. I'm hearing somebody who has a connection to theater, to performing arts, to acting, to singing, to songwriting, design, and things like this. For a lot of you, I see when you're going to be with your future spouse, there's going to be either a career deviation or a complete career change. Now, when you meet your future spouse, my darlings, they might have a little bit of an issue when it comes to finances. And again, they're giving me, somebody who might be artistic, somebody who might be connected to music. Doesn't have to be. I mean, they can be working in finance, But there's this energy where they're telling me that when you two meet, if you haven't met already, there's this connection where all you have to give to one another, it's emotions, it's support. So I'm not seeing a lot of like finances at the beginning of your relationship. It could be a transitioning period, Everything is up and down. Everything, has its cycle. Because they're showing me here somebody who's looking. This could also be you, You might be meeting your future spouse when you're kind of in between jobs, or when the money isn't too stable. They're showing me progress that's very smooth with the Four of Swords. So the communication between the two of you is very effective. The communication between the two of you, you're able to talk. This is why they're giving me that sense of safety and security. This is somebody you can trust. With your deepest, darkest, if you choose to, right? Because what I like over here is there's no energy of judgment. Now, what is this? What is this coming through? Okay, so this kind of feels like the difficulty that you might face in your relationship. Let me open this up a little bit more. So there are going to be temptations. But this is again what I like about this connection. The drama doesn't actually take place. So I see there are some people coming back from the past, or there are new people coming in. And when like you're in a good, healthy relationship, you're happy, and some people just have an issue with that. Some people, they just want to bring in the drama because your happiness triggers them. So I'm seeing that, some people will try to come into your relationship between you, right? For some of you, it's somebody who thinks that they're so irresistible that they're so good looking, that they're so sexy and seductive, that you or your partner, you're going to break up. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. People come in, people try, but the thing is, you and your future spouse, you always end up choosing each other. Even if they're other people, even if they're showing a little bit of skin, even if they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. And trust me, for whatever reason they're telling me, in your relationship, people will try. Just out of spite, out of envy, out of whatever. They will try. But I like the fact that your connection is so strong and it's becoming even stronger, that you are not torn apart by those things. You are being brought together even closer by, whoever wants to come in and start playing games and whatnot. Just because they're being triggered. Just because they're being triggered by happiness, by whatever. Let me see what else comes through when it comes to your future spouse. Divine timing. Okay, so I was just about to say, I guess a lot of you have been wondering when you're going to meet them. And I know a lot of you, you're rolling your eyes at the screen going like, divine timing, oh my days. Guys, sometimes we don't need to know the timing. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes that disappointment that might come if I tell you right now this could be happening in 3 months and it doesn't happen, that disappointment can set you back for a very, very long time. Because he might come or she might come in 3 months and 2 weeks. And you'll be like, no, but this can't be you because, I was told it's 3 months. So they're saying for you, the timing is not set in stone. But, of course, I will try to take a look to kind of give you a little bit of a more precise, if I can, precise timing. Okay. So a lot of 2s came through over here, right? So we got 4, we got 6, we got 8, loads and loads of 2s, right? And they're all even numbers. So first and foremost, they're telling me that it kind of feels like there's some sort of decision that you need to make before that person comes into your life or before that person makes a move, if they're already in your life. And that decision has a lot to do with wanting to invest in your own happiness. So I'm going to say this like, putting in the effort to heal or to address issues that might be preventing you from, feeling safe and secure in a relationship. You know what I mean? Cutting cords, facing your inner demons that might be telling you all sorts of things about love and relationships. Maybe kind of keeping your sensuality and sexuality very suppressed, for whatever reason. They're telling me that there's no need to rush, but your person, if you don't know them, they're coming in quite soon. Quite soon. So it's not years upon years upon years now, guys. It's much sooner than that. But they're saying like, kind of get a move on whatever needs to be done and that needs to be done in order for you not to be scared by this connection, not to be questioning this connection or overthinking this connection or wanting to self-sabotage. Because, guys, the universe can give us a chance, but whether we take it or not is entirely up to us. Okay. So divine timing is definitely important over here. Let me see what else comes through that you need to know. I think this is just confirming what I said at the beginning. Also, they're telling me the reason for that divine timing is because there are at least at least one other person involved in this situation, and it could even be more. So in order for the two of you to have that sort of relationship that I said, that's solid, that's built on the right foundation, both of you, you still need to deal with your emotional baggage. Some of you less, some of you more, right? But this is very important. They're telling me in order for you to have a successful marriage, you got to make sure that you see your future spouse as a different person, that you don't project anything or anybody onto them. Okay? And again, look at this. They're telling me that you guys are going to go on adventures. So maybe for some of you, this is a general reading, guys, but I do see, you kind of living this life. If that's your vibe, if that's your choice, of somebody who travels a lot. Maybe you want to be a travel vlogger. Maybe you are just somebody who likes to experience different cultures, because they're telling me that there will be a lot of adventures in your relationship. You will see a lot of different sides, and there's something about very beautiful locations, incredibly beautiful locations, guys, at the top of the mountain, in some sort of like, when the cherry trees blossom and bloom. Amazing, gorgeous, magical. They're also showing me like, it's almost like snippets of what you see. Like you're walking in this forest that has really, really tall trees, and it almost feels magical. So you and your future spouse, you get to experience those beautiful, beautiful things. So to be honest with you, I don't see money being an issue in your relationship. Like I said at the beginning, it might be. But later on, the two of you become very financially stable, and you can afford a lot of things. And you'll be like, damn, we're blessed. We are blessed. And you are going to be blessed. Because you're not going to be dragging the emotional baggage. You guys are going to be like packing your suitcases and going on another adventure. This is absolutely stunning, guys. Let me see what else comes through. It's interesting how none of the standard questions are coming through, because I do have a lot of readings on how you will meet your future spouse, when you will meet your future spouse, what they do for a living, and so on and so forth. And I also do take a look at those questions in personal readings. But this one is a little bit different, and I think I like that format. So I will link the other videos about your future spouse, where you can get answers to those questions. But like I said, I wanted to do a free flow reading for this one. Let's see what this one says. Okay. When it comes to the matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, so this is absolutely gorgeous, guys. This card just basically says, you know what? You're not going to be afraid to mess up in this relationship. You're going to learn by the method of trial and error, where, you're just going to be okay with making mistakes. You're going to learn as you go. You're going to learn to adjust to one another, to understand each other. But to be honest with you guys, compared to a lot of other readings that I did or that I do, your connection, it seems very smooth and very effortless. Obviously, there is going to be some effort that you need to put into it, but it feels so like smooth sailing. Even when people try to come in and give you a difficult time, it doesn't affect you. I think that's going to piss a lot of people off. I don't think you're going to give a flying monkey, to be honest with you, but it does piss a lot of people off. Let me see what else. You will have a family with this person. If you guys want kids, or if you guys want more kids, you will have more more children with this particular person. I like the fact that neither one of you is going to be controlling. And you're going to raise your kids, if you do choose to have kids, very differently to the way that you were raised. There's a lot of freedom. Like, I think both of you, you're very free-spirited people. And you're going to enjoy that together. The chemistry between the two of you is going to be very nice, guys. Very, very nice. It's interesting how I got the mystery card at the beginning. So it's quite possible, guys, that for some of you, this person is already in your life. But they're not ready to come out. Maybe that's why this reading wasn't giving me a lot of details about this particular person. Like, they gave me no details about the looks or the job or anything like that. I mean, they gave me a little bit, but you know. So it's almost like for some of you, with that card of the divine timing, it's not yet time to know who it is, but this person will come through very strongly and very fast soon. So for some of you, it's the secret admirer. And maybe you're already feeling some sort of chemistry with this person, but the situation is not clear. And they're like, Blush Lily, let it be the way that it is right now. Let it be the way that it is right now. Everything is working out really, really beautifully. Okay, my lovely option number 1. This is what I have for you, my darlings. I really enjoyed doing this reading. Let me know down in the comments if that resonated with you. Don't forget about the giveaway if you're interested in a personal reading and entering the draw. If you're interested in other readings, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. Patreon is waiting for you, and take good care of your amazing self now. Bye. My lovely option number 2. Hi and welcome to your reading, guys. So I'm shuffling the cards. Say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. Like I said in the intro, in case you skipped it, I am doing a little giveaway. So if you're interested in winning a free future spouse reading and additional discounts on my other readings, have a little read through underneath the video. I've put down all you have to do. It's really simple. Be a subscriber or become a subscriber, like the video and leave a comment. That's pretty much it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into your free flow future spouse reading. Whatever comes through, comes through. Okay, so for the majority of you, you already know your future spouse. You might be in separation, you might have some sort of conflict with this person, or it's tense. For some of you, it's interesting, I'm getting that you might still be married. Whether to your future spouse or to somebody else, like there's some sort of third-party situation that's going on over here. There's a little bit of confusion. If that doesn't sound like you, guys, choose one of the other options, because here I'm seeing that it's a little bit complicated and we're going to break this down. Okay. So yeah, they are giving me this energy of a third-party situation, of some sort of triangle that's going on, and maybe some sort of other geometrical figure, because there's loads of people involved, right? So you could still be legally in some sort of partnership and be asking about a particular person, and this feels like, you know, this person is your future spouse, could have the potential to be your future spouse. It's very complex. I'm going to try and understand it and break it down a little bit more. So what I'm saying is that right now, you and your future spouse, there's some sort of tense situation. And he or she are not feeling 100%, to say the least. And you don't know how to make it work. because they're telling me that you've envisioned this connection differently. When you were thinking about your future spouse, you've envisioned this connection to go differently. Yeah, maybe more according to traditions, maybe more smoothly. Maybe you really thought, you're going to meet, you're going to fall in love, you're going to get married, get the house, get the dog, get the kids, and all of that. But they're telling me that, this is not happening according to that scenario whatsoever. And you don't know how to make it work right now. And neither does your future spouse. It's almost like when you're looking at jigsaw puzzles and like you try to fit it in, it doesn't fit. You try to turn it around, it doesn't fit. So maybe for some of you, you're kind of in this friendship, complicated, crushing on each other, but not being able to make a move energy. Maybe one of you is trying to force the other one to make some sort of decision, to give you some sort of clarity. Maybe you're trying to force yourself to give yourself some sort of clarity. The other person is struggling right now. They're struggling with their mojo, they're struggling with their emotions, they're struggling with their energy. Kind of feels like right now things are difficult. Because for a lot of you, you already know your future spouse. But it's almost like, break up to come back. Almost break up to come back to one another because they're looking at you, they're thinking about you. For some of you, this could be a long distance relationship, guys. You could be in no contact right now. Or like I said, you're coming back into the energy of trying to communicate with one another after this energy of no contact. They give me a little bit of a cold energy. Cold, cool, maybe things kind of slowing down. And you're like, okay, is this heading towards the end or what? And there might be a little bit, this is interesting, because both you and your future spouse, and you're those people who can be very stubborn, yeah, and you want things how you want things. And when two people with that character, with those character traits, they come together, it can be a little bit tricky, it can be a little bit complicated, because it doesn't have a lot of room for communication and it doesn't have a lot of room for compromise. And I think this is one of the reasons that you're like, I don't know how to make it work, because both of you, you're kind of wanting to have things your own way. Okay, let me see how it's going to progress. What's going to come out of it. Okay, well, since this is your future spouse reading, they're actually giving me positive energies when we're talking about finding your true north. You see, this connection is going to change both of you. And when we're talking about the Judgment, this is, of course, a very good card. An incredibly good card. Now, what I'm going to say, guys, is this particular person that I'm talking about in this reading, there's something about changing the relationship patterns and helping each other deal with toxic relationship patterns that you learned before, whether from your parents or the other partners. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but there's something about the two of you at the end of this whole drama and trauma period, both of you wanting to level up and both of you wanting to set yourselves free. So they're showing me healing of your connection. They're showing me helping each other be reborn. when it comes to love, when it comes to communication. So even though you might not find a way now or a compromise now, I'm telling you in the future, you're going to be able to do that. So some of you might have children. Your future spouse might already have children, and it might make things a little bit more complicated because, of course, you know, there's much more to consider if you have children. Some of you have children together already with this person. But I'm seeing that children play an important role over here in this connection. And they're showing me a rather slow-moving energy that then picks up. So right now, the energy between the two of you might feel very slow, like, you know, a wheel of fortune that's slowing down, even if it's not shown over here. But they're telling me that this connection is going to speed up. It might have something to do, you know, through physical intimacy. Yeah. Because they're showing me like this beautiful transition into love and understanding. And here's the Wheel of Fortune that came up upright, you know, because at the bottom of the deck I do see marriage. So this is very interesting. So it's either that, you know, if you guys are, if I'm reading for those of you who are already married or who are already in a relationship with this person, they're telling me like a new chapter for the two of you begins. And if you're not married yet, it feels like, yeah, I am doing your future spouse reading. Obviously, you're going to get married. All right, let's see what else comes through in your free flow future spouse reading. Let's see what this oracle will advise, what it will say. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Yeah. So this talks very much about leaving the past in the past. Yeah, which is pretty much obvious. But sometimes we don't realize how the past connections to other people or how the past hurts influence us. Like we obviously are aware, you know, that we might still be looking at the past. However, we might not be aware of how much it influences us emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that stuff. Incredibly, incredibly important. So they're kind of saying that you and your future spouse, you will have to deal with a lot of stuff from the past that maybe you just wanted to put in the closet. And, you know, when you don't want to tidy up, you just take like a bunch of clothes and you shove it in your wardrobe. And you're just praying there, you know, that the door doesn't open and everything doesn't fall out. They're kind of telling me, you know, this is where you really will need to open that wardrobe, fold everything, put everything in where it needs to be. So, you know, you don't have to sit there by that wardrobe and worry that something is going to come out. This one is, again, because your connection is very much about healing, very much about understanding who you are, very much about learning to forgive yourself, others, learning to move on, learning to accept the new versions of yourselves. You will have to go through a lot of things that need to be discussed, that need to be worked on. Okay. Oh, very passionate connection. Look at that. I think I mentioned, you know, there's a little bit of like suppression, maybe of passion, of your desires. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So maybe there's like this sexual tension, guys, whether obvious or not so obvious to you, right? Where both of you have a lot of this energy. But your union is going to be very passionate, incredibly passionate. They're telling me that there's going to be a lot of passion. And here again, at the motive of the deck, look at this, they're giving me healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed every moment. Gorgeous. So it's like healing through passion, guys. Healing through learning to trust again. And it's obviously not like you're going to be each other's therapists. Not like that at all. But they're telling me that, you know, you will trigger a lot of things within each other. You might already be triggering a lot of things within each other that you will then choose whether you want to heal it or not. And then the future of the relationship depends on your decision and the other person's decision, who's your future spouse. But they're telling me, you know, that with the cards that came through earlier, both of you will want to do it. There's going to be a different perspective. That's why I said the rebirth, yeah? When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and your memories you shared with those you love. So you will kind of, I want to say, let go maybe of things that might seem big now, but they're actually quite small when you look at it from like a different perspective. Your priorities are going to change. You will see things very differently, and so will they. Kind of like, you know, what's better, trying and failing or never trying at all? Yeah? And living with that regret. Good. Okay, let me see what else comes through when it comes to your future spouse. I think this is mostly for you, option number 2. This is about, you know, your relationship dynamic. Your relationship dynamic. Because a lot of you already know, you already met your future spouse. Look at this, they're saying it's true love. You will both get to experience true love. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Like they're telling me peeling back layers of all of the stuff that you don't need, of all of the stuff that's preventing you from, you know, experiencing this true love. It's gorgeous. But again, look at this. It's like you both are trying to control it. You're trying to, because there might be like differences in the way that you see things right now. And you're trying to like control each other, or maybe indirectly kind of, whatever. I'm just going to say, you know, sometimes when you, like I said, when you want things your way, when you want them to act a certain way, you're trying to control the situation. And they're doing the same thing. But the thing is that with patience, you're going to, in time, you're going to realize that that doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So in order to get out of this maze, you will choose a different strategy. And it has a lot to do with opening up, being vulnerable with one another, rebuilding trust, and feeling free rather than feeling controlled. They're telling me that's when the chemistry starts getting right again. Between the two of you. You're getting closer together, they're telling me, in the near future. If you're at a distance right now, again, like if there's some sort of tension, they're showing me like coming together in romance, yeah? Like experiencing something very unique, something very, I want to say tender, passionate, eye-opening also is coming through this. Being very vulnerable, this is what comes through. Where both of you allow each other to be very vulnerable. But later on, you know, in your relationship, you will keep that romance going. They're telling me that you're just going to enjoy being together, doing whatever. If it's doing puzzles, if it's watching movies, if it's ordering pizza, if it's walking in the park, there's a lot of energy, you know, of togetherness that you're going to do. Dressing up. Oh, look at that. An opportunity to dress up and party, fun times ahead. Yeah, so they're showing me that you too, there's this energy of wanting to dress up, wanting to go out, wanting to do things. So it's not going to be all about healing and, you know, the trauma and drama all the time. No, there's going to be a lot of fun. The cards are kind of just saying, you know, lightheartedness. And because your relationship is going to be quite different from what it was or from what it is right now, you're going to feel like an adventure. So the cards are kind of suggesting, you know, guys, allow it to be what it is. Like, let go of expectations. And this is going to make you feel free. It's going to make you realize that there are different ways of being loved and of loving somebody. And maybe the one that you tried to use before, it wasn't necessarily the right one. Maybe there's a better one, an easier one, the one that's more fulfilling. And you will find out through that adventure, through that energy of the adventure. All right, my lovely option number 2. That's what I have for you, my darlings. Hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're up for a personal reading, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page with over 170 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright guys, take care now. Lovely option number 3. Hi and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. Stop shuffling the cards. Say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. And in case you missed it, in the intro I was talking about having a chance to win a free future spouse reading and additional discounts in my other readings. If you guys are interested, the details are in the description box below the video. And it's quite simple really. You have to be an existing subscriber or a new subscriber. You gotta like the video and comment underneath. And that's all you have to do. If you guys are interested, read the information below the video. Let's jump into your reading. And let's see what this free flow future spouse reading has for you. A lot of passion. A lot of passion. Okay, so your story with your future spouse, your relationship dynamic with your future spouse, guys, I'm seeing a lot of excitement. I'm seeing a lot of laughter. I'm seeing a lot of emotions. I'm seeing a lot of passion, right? Some of you guys could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You don't have to be, but I am sensing a lot of that energy, right? Up until the end of your relationship, you're going to keep the spark going, right? Physically, you're going to be incredibly attracted to one another, even as your bodies change throughout the years. And honestly, you are like, there's this energy, you know, where you only have eyes for one another. Like neither you nor your future spouse, you're going to have a wandering eye. No. You have eyes for one another. I'm seeing like really nice bodies over here, you know. Both of you finding each other irresistible. I am sensing a strong connection to sports over here, right? some sort of sports, you know, it could be bodybuilding, it could be going to the gym, it could be playing something professionally or semi-professionally. It could be yoga, it could be dancing, it could be whatever. Yeah, I am getting that, you know, that indication of a body that moves, a body that looks good. But again, like I said, you know, even when the bodies change, that passion, that desire for one another is going to remain. It does kind of feel like both you and your future spouse could be quite competitive at times. So, like I said, there's strong connection to wanting to win, wanting to go into that friendly competition, not being afraid to face challenges together. I guess the most important thing that's coming through so far is that you and your future spouse are going to be a team. You're not playing against one another, but you're always a team. So if there's any issues, if there's any BS that's coming your way, you unite and you deal with it, right? Nice. Could also be that your future spouse is quite strong physically, mentally. Like they're giving me a lot of strength that other people might try to get control of, or I don't know. It's like a lot of people are going to challenge you or your future spouse. Because there's this energy of challenge that's coming through, and there's this energy of winning. Interesting. Okay, so your future spouse might be a little bit younger than you are, but even if they're not, guys, because this is a general reading, but I do get a lot of youthful energy. You know, it's like staying young in spirit, even when the years catch up to us. I'm seeing a lot of fun, optimism, being lighthearted. Your future spouse is going to surprise you a lot. There's this element of unpredictability to them. There might be somebody who's quite spontaneous as well, guys, you know? Like they want to start a particular project and they just go for it. They want to make certain changes and then they just go for it. They want to surprise you with something and then just go for it. There's a lot of spontaneity that's coming through over here. And it keeps adding to that joy, keeps adding to that adventure, I want to say, that happens between the two of you. They're showing me a close group of friends, right? So maybe, you know, like there's like two couples as friends, or, you know, more friends over here. Because they're telling me, even if you're an introvert right now, with the right people, you will find that extroverted part of you surface and give you a little wave, say hi. Did you know that you are a little bit of an extrovert? Yeah. And, you know, at least an ambivert if you don't like the extrovert. But what I'm saying is that you guys are surrounded by a close group of friends. And it could be that you travel together, you go to restaurants together, you go to exhibitions together and things like this. They're also telling me when it comes to your relationship with your future spouse, guys, they're not afraid to try new things. And I think they kind of really rub off really well on you. Because they open up your, I don't know, they open up your, I want to say thinking outside the box. They make you think way outside the box. You might end up working together. Look at this. You guys might end up working together, maybe not all of the time, but on a particular project. Maybe for some of you, it's almost like, you know, you could be the designer and they could be somebody who's in construction, and like you work on a particular project together, for example. Yeah, but there's some sort of connection where they're telling me that your skills go in really, really nicely together. And again, look at you laughing. Look at you like being happy. This union is very, very supportive, guys. You are each other's biggest fans, I want to say, you know. It's like a really huge ship coming into port. I don't know if you can hear the horn. It's almost like I want to say, you know, they're kind of saying, I'm coming, I'm close, I'm coming in. And yeah, it's interesting because they're showing me again the boats and there's water over here. Guys, it could be that you are living next to the sea, next to the ocean, next to some sort of river. Or it could be that you relocate to get there. Something that might have to do with boats. Maybe living in some sort of marina or, you know, getting on a cruise ship together. I'm so glad I turned that card around. Because again, they're telling me like, you know, give me a second. I need to read the energy over here. You might be at a distance with your future spouse. Or you might have to, there's something about being together, pause, being together, pause, being together, pause. It might be because they're traveling or you're traveling. They're giving me this energy of a little bit of feeling a little down. Okay, I'm going to put it that way. There will be others who will try to date you. There will be others, like when your future spouse comes into your life, guys, there are going to be other people. Because they're showing me like people coming from different places. You know, like when you're single and nobody really like comes or approaches you, and then you're in a relationship and then all of those people come out of nowhere. This is what it feels like. Like when you get in a relationship or you're like going to be in the dating stage with your future spouse, there are going to be other people coming into your life. Because you're going to act as a magnet, honestly, over here. I'm not saying you're being interested in anybody, but the cards are just kind of saying, you know, you're going to be popular. Let me see what else the cards want you to know when it comes to you and your future spouse. Okay, so this is very, very important, guys. This is a message for you. And I want to say maybe it's a message from your future spouse or whomever. It doesn't matter. This is the energy that comes through. You might be afraid of relationships right now. You might be afraid of getting hurt or being disrespected. You're wondering whether you've healed enough. You're wondering whether you're not going to make the same mistakes that led you to being hurt. Yeah, by disrespecting yourself, by overseeing red flags, by not leaving when you should have left a particular relationship. And they're telling me it's very important for you to understand that you've learned from the past mistakes. You've learned. You have already learned. And you're ready for this relationship because they're saying like emotionally you need to open up so that you give yourself the freedom. So I don't know if it's like going out more or doing more or being just more emotionally open. Because they're saying that this is important. That you put yourself out there. And not just physically, because you know, physically we can just be present, but mentally, emotionally, we're just like, nah, not interested. But they're saying like the main thing over here is to not kind of put that caution tape around your house. Yeah. around your emotions, around your heart. Because allowing yourself to learn based on your mistakes, forgiving yourself, it's a very big part of self-love. And allowing yourself the chance to try and be happy, to try to be in a good relationship, it's a very big part of self-love. Yeah? Okay. Now there's also a message over here. They're telling me, go, fly, go to that place. I guess this is going to be very specific to those of you who've been thinking about relocating rather, finding a new home. There's this message, yes, go for it. You don't have to be in a cage anymore. Now they're telling me that the difference that you want to make in your location and your surroundings and your environment, it's a very, very good idea. Why is it a good idea? Show me. Could you be my pile that meets their future spouse while traveling or in a different location? They're telling me leave the commitments that you made in the past and free yourself from them. Whether it's emotionally, physically, legally, that you need to create that energy of freedom around you, right? Maybe you've been married before or in a serious relationship before. They're saying freedom. So it does mention location, but the cards didn't come through specifically when we're talking about location. So it's more about mental freedom, to be quite honest with you. Also, for some of you, they're telling me like once you choose a different, location could also be talking about your office, could be talking about your career. They're telling me once you choose to be free from a job that you don't like, from an office that you don't like, this is also going to put you very much closer to your future spouse. They're telling me puts you on the map, puts you in the right place, makes you seen. Also, there's something about your future spouse being as patient as they need to be with you. Like your future spouse is coming through and saying, I will be as patient as I need to be. Some things, some people are definitely worth the wait. Okay. That's why maybe that pause energy was coming through a little bit. Okay, so your future spouse is going to be very afraid of losing you, guys. Honestly, like I was saying in your reading, that you're going to have this like magnetism, and your future spouse, they might have this energy like of being rejected in the past. So they might need a little bit of reassurance that you're choosing them. It will come naturally, it will come organically. I don't even see you putting in that extra effort. But it's just something that you need to know, that they're afraid of not being chosen. Something, again, that happened to them in the past, where they weren't chosen. It's important for them to be chosen. It's important for them to feel valued. It is important for all of us, guys, yeah? But your future spouse is going to be very protective over you, incredibly protective over you. A little jealous at times. They do have that passionate side. And there is going to be a lot of romance. Oh, unexpected surprises, romance, spontaneous trips. What else do you need to know about your future spouse and you? A very relaxed energy. A very relaxed energy. Find joy in simple pleasures of just being together. Loads of downtime together. The star. Your hope and optimism are a powerful love magnet for you right now. So both of you, you're being drawn to one another, guys. You're being guided. Things are happening behind the scenes in order for the two of you to come together. It's almost like the cards over here want to say, you guys can relax. If you're really worried about, whether you're going to meet this person or not, whether you have a future spouse or not, you do. Yeah, you're not watching this video by mistake. You're not watching this option by mistake. You were drawn to this spotted heart for a reason, for that little extra reassurance, guys, that you gotta believe. You gotta believe, and of course you gotta do something in order for this to happen. But they're saying it's written in the stars that somebody is there for you. Somebody is meant for you, I want to say. Somebody's going to be very compatible with you. Beware of toxic proposals. This is not with your future spouse. This is about other people that might interfere. Frenemies, in-laws for some of you. Could be loads of other people that might bring in their toxic energy. This is not between you and your future spouse. This is other people trying to interfere. And there's something about the proposal, guys. I don't know what it is. They're telling me the proposal is going to be very unique. Unique, spontaneous, something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life and tell your kids if you choose to have children, right? And offer a proposal in the near future that comes as a surprise. So there's a little bit of a hint again in the near future. This is a timeless reading, guys. Whenever you're watching it, that's the exact right time. But they kind of keep hinting, soon, sooner than you think. Okay. Let's see what this oracle has to say. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So this is just reiteration of what I have already mentioned, guys, where you kind of allow the universe to bring you to love in a way that it needs to, rather than what you're expecting. Okay? All right, my lovely option number 3, that's what I have for you. If you guys are up for personal reading, all you gotta do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this video. So there's the link to my Patreon page with over 170 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, guys, take care of your fantastic selves now. Bye.